People think they know New Jersey. The turnpike, the aggressive accents, the punchline to 1,000 jokes about America's armpit. But what they might not know is that Jersey has been at the center of nearly every major moment in American history. This is where the revolution was won, where Edison invented the light bulb, where America's industrial revolution came to life, where the modern suburb was born, and where organized crime built its empire. This is a state that's been underestimated for 4 centuries straight. So let's fix that. This is the entire history of New Jersey, from the people who lived here for thousands of years before it had a name, to the dense, chaotic, surprisingly influential state it is today. Long before it was called New Jersey, this land belonged to the Lenape people. For thousands of years, they built communities along the Delaware and the Raritan rivers, fishing the waters, hunting the forests, and trading across networks that stretched hundreds of miles. They moved with the seasons, never taking more than the land could give back. The paths they carved through the forests became our highways. The river crossings they used became many of our cities. This wasn't empty wilderness waiting to be discovered. It was already home. In 1609, Henry Hudson sailed into what's now New York Harbor, and the Dutch claimed everything they could see. They called the area New Netherland, and to them, New Jersey was just the space in between, a buffer zone. Not the prize, but the padding between New Amsterdam, modern-day NYC, and the Delaware Valley settlements. But in 1664, the English had other plans. Through force, they seized the entire region, and King Charles II handed New Jersey to his brother's friends, 2 proprietors who split the colony in half almost immediately: East Jersey and West Jersey, 2 colonies with different governments, religious groups, and rules. From day one, New Jersey was divided. And honestly, it still kind of is. When the Revolutionary War broke out, New Jersey found itself in the worst possible position, sandwiched between British-occupied New York and rebel-controlled Philadelphia. Due to this geography, more Revolutionary War battles were fought in New Jersey than almost anywhere else. Nearly 300 engagements. The colony was ravished as towns were occupied, rebel farms were burned, and families were torn apart. The people of New Jersey witnessed firsthand the constant, brutal churn of war. Then came the infamous Christmas night of 1776. Washington's army was falling apart as morale was gone, and men were deserting. So Washington made a desperate yet brave move. He crossed the ice-choked Delaware River in the middle of a winter storm and launched a surprise attack in Trenton at dawn. And against all odds, it worked. That victory at the Battle of Trenton, followed by another at Princeton a week later, became a turning point that kept the Revolution alive. And thus New Jersey earned the nickname the Crossroads of the Revolution for its crucial role in America winning its independence in the first place. Fast forward to post-revolution in 1787, and New Jersey became the 3rd state to ratify the Constitution. And then it got straight to work building up America's economy. The 1800s turned Jersey into America's engine room. The Morris Canal opened in 1831, connecting the Delaware River to New York Harbor. This greatly accelerated trade between New York and Philly, the biggest American cities at the time. The construction of railroads also played a big role in Jersey's rise. The Pennsylvania Railroad made Jersey City a terminus that connected most of the country to the NYC Metro. The Central Railroad of New Jersey brought coal and goods from the Pennsylvania mountains to the coast. And then there was Paterson. In 1792, Alexander Hamilton chose the Great Falls of the Passaic River as the site for America's first planned industrial city. By the mid-1800s, Paterson was producing locomotives, silk, firearms, and textiles. It became known as the Silk City, at one point manufacturing over 1/3 of the silk used in America. Newark also exploded into an industrial powerhouse. Factories made everything from leather goods to jewelry to electrical equipment. World-class inventor Thomas Edison set up labs in Menlo Park and West Orange, inventing the light bulb, the phonograph, and even the motion picture camera. In the mid to late 1800s, immigrants flooded into New Jersey by the hundreds of thousands. Irish, Italians, and Eastern Europeans came through Ellis Island and settled here, working the factories, building the infrastructure, and filling the tenements. New Jersey wasn't the most beautiful state, but it sure had opportunity. While industry roared, something else was brewing down the shore. In 1870, Atlantic City opened as a beach resort connected by rail to Philadelphia. By 1900, it had become the premier vacation destination on the East Coast, famous for its massive boardwalk, luxury hotels, and the very first Ferris wheel outside of the World's Fair. It's also where saltwater taffy was invented, where the game Monopoly was inspired, and where the Miss America pageant was born in 1921. When Prohibition hit in the 1920s, Atlantic City became something else entirely, as the Italian mafia moved in. Liquor flowed freely in AC under the corrupt protection of politician Enoch "Nucky" Johnson, a mob-connected crime boss who controlled the city for 30 years. Speakeasies thrived as AC became Vegas before Vegas, and New Jersey's reputation for bending the rules was cemented. After World War II, New Jersey led the way in creating the modern American dream. The Garden State Parkway and the New Jersey Turnpike opened in the 1950s and became some of the busiest highways in the nation. The cities were now readily connected to less developed parts of the state, which allowed for the rise of some of America's first mass-produced suburbs. Families fled the cities for split-level homes with driveways and backyards. New Jersey became a commuter state. People lived here but worked in New York or Philly. At the same time, the suburbs were thriving. The industrial cities that built this state started to crumble. Factories closed or moved overseas. Newark, Camden, Trenton, and Paterson lost jobs, population, and hope. The 1967 Newark riots, sparked by police brutality and economic desperation, left 26 dead and entire neighborhoods in ruins. By the 1970s and 80s, the nickname Dirty Jersey was given to describe the remnants of the industrial boom that had moved on and left a mess behind. Toxic waste sites across Union and Essex counties made headlines, including the Passaic River, which was declared the most polluted in America at the time. With minimal good careers to support the growing populations, the cities struggled with crime and disinvestment. But even in decline, New Jersey kept producing. Bruce Springsteen sang about working-class America from Asbury Park. Meryl Streep, Jack Nicholson, and Danny DeVito all came from here. So did hip-hop pioneers and generational athletes like Queen Latifah and Shaq. New Jersey just kept on producing icons in a time of struggle. The late 90s brought reinvention to the state. Pharmaceutical and biotech giants like Johnson & Johnson, Merck, and Bristol-Myers Squibb expanded and chose Jersey as their home. Finance and logistics companies moved in too, recognizing New Jersey's proximity to global markets. Tech companies moved into renovated warehouses across the north part of the state. Jersey City's waterfront transformed from industrial wasteland to gleaming residential towers with Manhattan views. Hoboken became one of the most desirable and expensive places to live in America. Towns like Red Bank, Montclair, Princeton, and Morristown reinvented themselves as cultural and economic hubs. But progress wasn't equal. Places like Camden and Trenton remain some of the poorest cities in America. Newark's revitalization hasn't reached every neighborhood. And the cost of living has skyrocketed, as New Jersey consistently ranks among the top 5 in the nation. In 2012, Hurricane Sandy devastated the coastline, destroying entire communities and exposing infrastructure vulnerabilities. The recovery revealed both resilience and inequality of tax money distribution. Some towns rebuilt quickly, while others still aren't quite the same. Today, New Jersey is one of the most interesting places in the country. You can go on a 20-minute drive and go from a bustling city to a rich suburb to beautiful countryside. It gave America the light bulb, baseball, the motion picture camera, and the drive-in movie theater. It's the diner capital, the blueprint for suburban America, and somehow still has more horses per square mile than almost any state. From Lenape trails to factory floors to rush hour traffic on the turnpike, New Jersey has never been simple, never been quiet, and never been irrelevant. This state wasn't built to be pretty, but it was built to work. And through centuries of chaos, contradiction, and constant reinvention, it still does. That's New Jersey. Love it or hate it, you can't ignore it.